Hello, Todd Clemens, Okeechobee Livestock Market, and here's your weekly market report. We had a good run this week, both days. Monday we had over 900, and Tuesday we had about the same, a little bit more, 940 or so. So over 1,800, close to 1,900 for the week. One week we don't have many, the next week we do. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on, but so far this year I think we've been over volume wise every week compared to last year, except for maybe 1 week this whole year. And again, slaughter classes are just huge. 34% of the volume Monday was slaughter class cows and bulls, and Tuesday 34% slaughter cows and bulls, which is really weird. The same exact percentage for both days. So you can imagine that did put pressure on cows and bulls. The prices were a little bit lower, actually a little bit more than a little bit. It was like 4 to 8 lower. Your better cows are still bringing $1, but those medium cows, thin cows with no flesh, those grass cows, not the butcher cows, but the ones that are thin enough to go back on grass, are down in the 60s and 70s. The better front end of the cows are still bringing 90 plus. We did have a bull, I think, that brought $1.15, a really nice big bull. I don't remember where he came from, but still, all in all, even though it's under pressure from huge runs of slaughter class animals, prices are still holding up pretty good. On the feeder calf side, it's kind of a mixed bag. You know, last week we talked about those little 3-weight calves bumping up to $900 or so, and so just as I tell you that those calves are selling really good, guess what happened this week? They took money off those calves. The calves under 350 pounds were quoted $4 to $8 lower, and I think I would agree to that. I saw some 3-weight calves last week that would have brought close to $3, probably $2.90 or so. Those calves this week were bringing $2.70 to $2.75. So there was a little bit of change in that market on those lighter calves. But the heavier calves are still selling good. Not that they're all not selling good, they are. People are still very happy with their checks when they come in here and pick their checks up. Everybody's got a smile on their face. Most people are saying, man, they brought more than what I thought they would. But 500 pounds to 600 pound calves are still in good demand. I think those cattle are going on grass somewhere. They're going to be preconditioned. They'll be turned out on grass for summer grazing. They'll cheapen up those cattle on cheaper gains on that grass and before they send them straight to the feedlot. Feedlots are, well, I wouldn't say that they're completely packed, but they're full of cattle right now, and we're getting into the time of year in the spring and summer where there is a bigger supply of those market-ready cattle. We're working our way through those market-ready cattle. Packers have slowed down their chain speeds. The processed head count for last week was 620,000 compared to about 650,000 this time last year. Packers are selling meat for more money right now than they were this time last year, and they're making money on every one of them. They've slowed the chain speed down, and they're selling the meat for a higher price. So they have again got that leverage back, and it's going to be hard for us to get it away from them until the numbers really go down. And after we get through this next quarter, through the summer, that should happen, and things will come back to the producer's side. And here again, we're just kind of being held hostage by the ones that control the market, and there's not a whole lot we can do about that at this time. But all in all, it's still not bad. We're selling calves for $1,000 or better on those heavier weight calves. Just keep in mind too, there's one more thing. The road out here in front of the market, Highway 98, they're working on it. They're putting in new paving, new road construction. They're going to be doing the railroad tracks. So for the next couple of weeks, maybe 3, one lane traffic here They will close the railroad tracks the last 2 weeks of May, and you'll have to go around over to 441 and back across 9th Street here in front of the market. So there will be detour signs when that happens, but there has been a line of traffic. It hasn't really affected us too bad. I mean, it's just one lane. You stop and wait a minute, and then all that line goes, and now it's your turn, and you can pull in. So it's not been too chaotic, but it is a little bit of a wait maybe for some people. We've got, what do we have coming up here? Mother's Day coming up this week, and then Memorial Day would be the next day that we will not have sales on May the 29th. That's a Monday. We'll celebrate Memorial Day that day, and then we'll be back on May the 30th on Tuesday. We have another internet sale, Producers Cattle Auction, scheduled for May the 18th. I believe that's next Thursday, a week from tomorrow. It's a pretty good consignment of calves on that sale already. If you know anybody that's looking to buy some good feeder calves, stalker calves, sign up, log in, get on there, and there'll be some good calves for sale on that sale. We had a really good sale on the last one. It was extremely high, and I would suspect that this one here will be just as good. So that's Producers Cattle Auction. It's right here in Okeechobee, home-based in Okeechobee at Okeechobee Livestock Market. And if you have some cattle that you're interested in selling, you want to talk to some of us about coming out and looking at your calves to consign to one of the next sales coming up, give us a call. Our big sale that we normally have every year is at the Florida Cattlemen's Association annual convention, which will be held in Marco Island this year, and that will be a big sale, and it's always a good sale to put cattle on. It draws a big crowd, and all the buyers will be logged in because it's some of the best calves in South Florida will be on that sale. So if you're interested, look us up. You can go to OkeechobeeLivestockMarket.com for more information about that Producers Cattle Auction. Our high prices this week were unbelievable. A good friend of mine and friend of our family that's we've known Marshall forever and a day, and he used to work up here in the hot corner. Him and I both did, and we've got kicked and run over and beat up by cows and bulls and calves and everything right here at Okeechobee together. Marshall Coker topped the calf market. Way to go. And he had a 185-pound calf that brought $3.25. That calf was bought, as usual, by Forey Reynolds Cattle Company. Seems they are the ones that's stepping out there and buying those little calves. On the slaughter cow side, Danny Blunt, right here from Okeechobee. So we had two Okeechobee local people that topped the market this week. Had a 1,390-pound cow that brought $1.04. That cow was bought by Cargill. That's your market report. Thank you. If you like these reports, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and get the word out there. We like giving you this information. We hope it's useful to you. We appreciate your business, and we'll see you next week.